back from Sunderland to a police station here in West Yorkshire as part of their inquiry.
On the 20th of October 2005, it was national headline news. The Ripper hoaxer had been arrested. Over the next few days, information about who this man was leaked out. He was John Humble, a 49-year-old man who'd been 22 when the hoax was made. He was now unemployed, an alcoholic, and estranged from his wife, living in squalor in a Sunderland housing estate. But could this shambolic character really be responsible for carrying out one of the greatest hoaxes in British criminal history? To neighbours and friends, Humble's involvement seemed implausible.
I didn't know what was going on when I found out. I said, oh no, not John. Can it be John, you know?
He's an harmless bloke, you know what I mean? You wouldn't harm a fly, you know?
I thought there's something happened with him, but never thought it would have been this.
Humble was, in fact, no stranger to the police. In 1975, he was imprisoned for assaulting an officer. A further 2 arrests followed in 2002, and as a result, the police had his DNA profile on record.
Initially, when he was asked, did you send the hoax letters, he shook his head in a no, so he was actually denying it at that point. But when it was disclosed to his solicitor and himself that there was a DNA profile from one of the envelopes which matched him and being a 1 in a billion chance that it was anybody else, that certainly focused his mind.
John Humble's remarkable confession was captured by police on video.
I did send it.
Just repeat that for me. What did you say?
I did send the letter.
He confesses to doing the letters, he confesses to doing the tape, and then he's asked the obvious question, why?
I don't know why I done it. Must have been daft.
He said he was bored, he said he was trying to increase his notoriety, he said it was an evil thing to do, a wicked thing to do. He gave a variety of reasons.
The police had Humble's confession, but to make absolutely sure that this was their man, they asked him to read from the original 1979 Wearside Jack tape transcript.
Would you read that for us, please, John?
I'm Jack. I say you are still having no luck catching me. I have the greatest respect for you, George, but Lord, you are no near catching me now than 4 years ago when I started. I reckon your boys are letting you down, George.
I would love to have been in that room at that time, because how weird that would have been.
See you soon. Bye. Hope you like the catchy tune at the end.
John Humble appeared in the dock here at Leeds Crown Court this morning, and the 4 charges against him were read out. They are that between...
On the 9th of January 2006, John Humble was charged with 4 counts of perverting the course of justice. Despite his taped confession, he pleaded not guilty, with his defence team claiming he couldn't remember undertaking the hoax. But no one would find this declaration of innocence convincing.
I've always thought that he had blood on his hands. I'd always thought, no matter, how much he might like to convince himself he wasn't responsible for the deaths of these women, he actually shared in the fact that Sutcliffe had not been caught.
As far as West Yorkshire police were concerned, the evidence against him was watertight.
Once he was faced with the overwhelming scientific evidence, the voice analysis, all the admissions that he'd made on his interview, then he realised there was only one route and one route to take, and that was to accept this and plead guilty.
In a dramatic development, Sunderland-born John Humble stopped plans for a trial when he confessed to perverting the course of justice.
John Humble was sentenced to 8 years imprisonment on the 22nd of March 2006, 25 years after Peter Sutcliffe was jailed for life. Humble's unusually severe sentence was a reflection of the impact that his actions had had on the entire course of the Yorkshire Ripper investigation. His mischievous game had ended in disaster, and one of the great British criminal mysteries had finally been solved. Humble's conviction this year will allow West Yorkshire police to put to rest an embarrassing footnote in the legacy of this case. More importantly, It closed the book on one of the most infamous hoaxes of our time.
Yours, Yorkshire Ripper.